Hello and welcome to lesson 410, and in this lesson we're going to be doing a pet restocking store. What we'll be looking at in this lesson is working between two different worksheets and making those worksheets work together. Now to do that, what you'll do is we need to start in our worksheets. So we're going to click here and we're going to go to our sheets. And the first thing I want you to do is to highlight this section here and go all the way to F. And we are going to merge this. And we're going to name this right off the bat so we have a name up here. We're going to call it Pet Store Restocking. So yours should look like mine. And you're going to click that name that we have down there. And we are going to highlight it. And we're also going to name our document or our sheet. Now coming down to the bottom here where it says sheet 1, we're going to double click on this and we're going to delete it, and then we're going to paste in there also pet restocking. Now next we're going to add a sheet, and on this sheet that we add we're going to double click and we're going to call that tax. Now while we're here on this sheet, what I want you to do is I want you to click on A1 and type in the word tax. Now the state tax for Michigan is 0.06. So we're going to place that in, and I'd like you to drag this down to 28. And then once you have this, I want you to jump over to Pet Store Restocking, just like I'm doing here. And you should see your pet store restocking again. Now, when you see this, what we're going to do is we're going to make some edits right off the bat. We're going to change this to orange. We're going to change our font to Georgia. And we're also going to change the size of this to 24. And press enter. We're going to make it in the middle. And then we're going to start filling in our supplies. I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then here is your list of supplies. I'm going to leave those up there for a minute so you guys can see them. And I'll bring it in a little bit so you can see it a little better. The last one being treasure chest. Once you've paused that, I'm going to bring this up for the rest of you guys to see that. And it goes to goldfish. And then it comes down to the birds and knots. And then after you've paused that, you've basically got it all after birds and knots and blocks. Now we're going to jump into this column right here, and we're going to type in, going across this way, all of the items that we need there. These are the items that I would like for you guys to place in this one. Again, you can pause the video to get those in. For our first formula, we're going to do equal sign, and we're going to be multiplying the quantity times the cost, and we'll press enter there. And for this time we will get a 0. When it comes to tax, what we're going to do is, this is where we're going to jump into a different page. We're going to press equal, and we're going to click on our subtotal, then we're going to do a times, and we're going to jump down to our tax. And here we're going to click on the 0.6, and then we'll press enter, and we'll get another 0 there as well. The last one, we are going to put in a total, and this is where we go and we are doing our sum tool. So we'll click here, sum, and we're only going to be summing these two columns here, and we'll press enter here again. Now I'm going to go ahead and put in all of the quantity items and the cost items for you. These are the quantities of the items that you will place in here, and I have it up to 17, and then these are the items that you will put in for the cost of those items. I'm going to place that there for a minute so you can press pause. Now I'm going to move down to the rest of them. And here are the rest of your prices. This goes down and we'll hit the birds and toys with knots. These are your rest of your quantities. And then here is the rest of your prices. Go ahead and hit pause to get those in as well. All right, coming back and looking at how we can use these formulas. Now the amazing thing with formulas is once you have a formula in, you can just go and click on this little drop down or pull down and you'll see the little dot. And you'll click, hold, drag it down, and it will automatically place the numbers in that you need. When you come over to the tax will do the same thing as well. Placing those tax items in that you need as well. I did note that when I went to this page with my taxes, I needed to add more from 28. So make sure that you drag that down to 35. I'm going to leave that there for a minute. Coming back to this, once I continue to drag this down, it will give me the correct answers that I needed. Now I'm going to come up to my total, and I'm going to drag this down as well. And this will give me the prices of the total item. Now what we're going to do is we are going to go and add 4 items down here at the bottom. The first one we're going to add is grand total. The next one we're going to add is average. Then we're going to add max. And next we're going to add minimum. And you can see how I had a space in between here. I would like you guys to do the same. When I come to grand total, I'm going to come here because I want the grand total of these items being spent. So I'm going to come to this section here. I'm going to do my sum tool. I'm going to start at the top and I'm going to drag this all the way down. And then I'm going to press in enter. For the average one, I'm going to come over to this column here and I am going to hit average in just like this. And I'm going to bring it all the way down. And I'm going to make sure I hit average and press enter. I'm going to do the same thing to this one here, showing you guys again. Average, and I come up to the top, highlight it all the way down to the point which is the last one, which is the birds and knots and blocks. Press enter and it will place it automatically in there for me. What you can do is highlight these two like this and then you can drag these right across. Coming down to the max formula, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go here and we're going to go to max. We're going to highlight again. And press enter. And the max one is 77. This time I'm going to show you that you do not have to go any further, that you can simply just drag it across and it will give you those numbers. The last one we're going to do is minimum. And that again is in our functions area. We'll click on minimum here. We're going to go and click on this item and drag up to the top of the number that we need. And we will press enter. That will give us the minimum. And then we're going to drag that across as well. And we'll get the minimum prices. To bring these so they stand out, what I would like you to do is in this column here, I want you to make this a blue. And then in these two here, I would like you to make these yellow. Coming down to the max, I want the max to be green. Wrong one. And I'd like the minimum to be orange. And then repeating that process over on the side so we can bring those to even our attention. And then once you have those done, it should look like this. Next, we're going to come up here and we're going to highlight all of our text and our numbers. We're going to make that Georgia. Oops, we didn't want to get our title. Sorry, let's repeat that. We just want the body. We're going to make this Georgia. And we're going to change this to a 13. And press enter. And now your sheet should resemble this. We're going to lastly go and put in a pie graph. So we're going to go and highlight our supplies, going down to where it says bird toy, knots, and blocks. We're going to hold the control key down. We're going to come over to the total. We're going to highlight that. And then we're going to come over and click on our charts. And again, like I said, we want a pie chart. So we'll place that one in. We want to make sure that we have room on our page for this. So you're just going to move it over here like so. I'm going to zoom out so you guys can see that. And this is how I ended up doing mine. This is what I would like you guys to do for activity 410. Good luck.